Hello everybody! Today we're going to be troubleshooting some issues that people are facing using Unity. So if either of these error messages on the screen look familiar to you, let us venture together to diagnose and fix the problem. It took me hours and a lot of tears to arrive to this point, so I felt like I needed to make a video for my fellow programmers out there who may be struggling with making projects. First, we need to do a little troubleshooting test to determine what your next steps will be. So try making a blank project. I'm going to make a blank 3D project. Make sure it has no spaces, underscores, special characters in the name. So if you receive this error, go ahead and jump to this timestamp on screen. Otherwise, keep watching. So if you did not receive that error message, that means you're able to successfully create a blank project. So we're going to go to the next step to see if we can create a project from our template. So I'm going to go to Learning, FPS Microgame, and make my game. If you receive this error on screen, we're going to go through a series of troubleshooting steps to arrive at a solution. The first one is making sure to avoid certain characters in your project file path name. This includes any spaces, underscores, special characters, and non-English characters. If you have any of these, you may get that decompression error. Also check the file path length. Make sure that it does not exceed 256 characters. This is just an educated guess for the character length. I'm not 100% sure what Unity's limit actually is. Thirdly, check your disk space and make sure that you have sufficient room for your new projects. To see where our file path actually is, here's our project name. So make sure that there's no spaces, underscores, special characters in here. Something like my game 9 would be fine. And then make sure that your location, your file path, also does not have any special characters. And this is the character limit in this file path that you need to make sure does not exceed 256. I am using a Windows computer, so go into my storage settings. You may have more than one disk, but make sure that the disk that you're saving your project on and that has your free roam data is also located on a disk with sufficient space. One tool that may come in handy throughout this process is actually reading the log files that are generated by Unity. The file paths for those logs for different systems can be found on the screen and in the description. Like I said before, I'm using a Windows, so I'm going to navigate to this file path. So here's this log. It is a JSON file. You may have trouble opening it if you have UnityHub open, so make sure that UnityHub is closed, and also make sure to go to your task manager and end the Unity process so that you may open this JSON file. You'll need Visual Studio, which you probably have if you have Unity downloaded. So this log can actually give us a lot of helpful information. Basically, anytime you try to perform some type of major action in Unity, a log of that information is recorded here. So in this section, you can see that this is where I tried to use the template yesterday. And there are several validation steps that I had to pass in order to download the package within Unity. So it checks for available space and file integrity. So if you're ever running into any trouble with Unity and really any program in general, try to see if they have logs in which they store information about user activity. So now we're going to tackle the error related to the Unity Package Manager. So if we take a look at what this error message actually says, it says could not find Unity Package Manager local server application at, and then it gives you a file path. So it's attempting to access an application called Unity Package Manager.exe at this file path, but it can't find it. So we can confirm this by going to our local disk or wherever you have this saved, program files, and then your version of Unity Editor. So you're going to go into Editor and then Data. Inside of this folder, you should have a subfolder called Resources. And inside Resources, you should have Package Manager. If you do not have this, this is why you're getting this error. So how do we fix it? And why did that happen? So sometimes antivirus software and things like Windows Defense can remove files from downloaded items that it deems to be a security risk. So this part is going to be a little bit more Windows specific. I am going to go to my Windows Defender exceptions. Under Virus and Threat Protection, we're going to go to Manage Settings, and then Exclusions. This will require you to have read and write permissions to your PC. Under this exclusion section, you can add Unity Package Manager.exe as a process, add an exclusion, and then process. And this will prevent this exe file from being scanned by the Microsoft Defender antivirus scanner and from being removed. Another thing you can do that may help is going to the Windows Defender Firewall and temporarily changing Firewall Defender Stay off for private networks. And we only need to turn this off when we're going to download a new version of the Unity editor. If you already have UnityHub, you don't need to reinstall all of the hub again. You can just click this drop down and download Unity Editor 64-bit. I will note that I tried to make a template project using this latest version, 2022.1.2, and there were no template projects on it, so I defaulted to a 2021 version, just letting you guys know. So go ahead and re-download this and follow the installation instructions afterwards. After you have the new version installed, you can navigate to your program files again and check your data and resources folder. And if this is here, then you're golden. The last step is to change the editor that we're using inside UnityHub. So this may require you to restart UnityHub. And you may also have to go to Installs and Locate and actually click that file location of the new editor. So go in, go to Editor, and choose the Unity.exe file if it's not showing up automatically in your installs. So now I'm going to create a new project using the version that I know has the correct project manager folder. So let's do this. I'm going to change my version to one that I know works. And there you have it. It's creating it from template. So I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. If you're having any additional issues or problems, please let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to help you troubleshoot. And yeah, let's get these dubs.